Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Hello and welcome, everyone, to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on a team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the... unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Childs. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, ready for the 1st down. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. It'll be a draw. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. And And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Spartans want to pick up the tempo. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's got it, first down and more. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Childs. He's got him this time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan State. A great catch and run for 6.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Paul. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The running back has it. Turning it on. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Pulls and throws out the RPO. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. On the run, it's McGowan. Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this run.
Oh, I'm out of space. Gets away from one, finds room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. The pitch to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And he makes the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads it left. He's got it. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Oh, they're after him. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's the danger about being in a third and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield. The defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. And it's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. The quick out. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
The Wildcats pick up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
And they can't make the connection.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Good timing on the quick out. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Makes the grab. It's Kelly. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Childs. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
It's a running room. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Second down coming up. The give to the back. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Spartans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The offense changing the play. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Kelly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Caught now inside 4 minutes as we're getting later in the first half. Zings it complete to the right. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big third down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for it.
Running to Green. Offense gets set for second down. They'll move the tight end. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. And the Spartans racing to the line in a hurry up. To throw, it's Childs. Finds his tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
Give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Gets rid of it. Finds his back in the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Spartans are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. Got his man on the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the move, he fires. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And the Spartans trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Send the tight end in motion. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sparty.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
He'll bring it out. It's long. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They think there's room to run to the right here. Quick spin on the run. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Looking downfield. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Wow, you just don't see that a lot. Pass interference negating a pick 6. What a costly penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out 1st downs on a penalty. They'll leave it with him. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hester. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the air. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. And that'll bring us to the end of the 1st half as we head to the studio for halftime. The Spartans will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ball. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Trying to set the tone with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Defense has the lead in the second half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there as the ball falls incomplete.
And that's a picture-perfect start for this defense. To start the second half now, your team's got the lead. You get to stop right away, get the ball right back to your offense to try to expand this lead. Nice start to the second half.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. And now the lead is even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Steps away to find some room. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That's caught. It's ball. At midfield, he's got room. Off to the races to the right. He's at the touchdown, Kentucky. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
You want to stop the run game, get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you describe with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. He leaves it with his back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the 1st down.
He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Looking to throw, it's Childs. That's reeled in. It's McCray. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Second down, he'll throw it. Rushes on him. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Just a short pass to the tight end. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Quick hitting end around on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, the offense is getting creative. They're getting close to the goal line. They're trying to take advantage of this guy's speed by using the jet sweep. It's a good play call.
Trying to pound it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Spartans.
The man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll bring it back looking for help. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night.
It doesn't get any better from the defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan State. On to attempt the try. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Fielded in the end zone, it's long. Slips through the line. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Starts a drive trying to go up top. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Sparty. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That adds their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Slams ahead. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's long. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Wants to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield. He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He wants to change this route. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw, it's Childs. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Law. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Well, that time on third and long, they just took what the defense gave him. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up fourth.
Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Dropping back, it's Childs. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They want to run this quarterback. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on fourth and goal. Off play action. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially with these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
On target to the left. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Kentucky going quickly.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go.
Going for it all. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
He'll take another shot here. Makes the catch. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of...
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Well, it's a nice job there executing the run play and getting in for the score, but you got to wonder, guys, is it too little, too late? They're still trailing by a ton here in the fourth quarter.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give out of the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They're dealing with a second and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's McCray. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Wants to throw. It's Childs. Buys a little time with his feet. Throws into the middle of the field. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Gonna swing it on second down. Under fire. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They've pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep it.
Wide open spaces. Turning on the Jets. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Spartans in the hurry up. Looking for a man. It's Childs. Catch in the middle. It's Marsh. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The The Spartans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Into the end zone for a touchdown to ratchet up the pressure late in this game.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring it on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why